Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a lockdown Friday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go back up to Queensland in particular and of course speak to our Smash FM ambassadors / play sponsor, of course, out there at the Coorparoo W team. And of course, her name is Jade Ellenger. She joins us right now. Thanks, Jade, for joining us.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me.
Pretty tough game on the weekend. You took on Bond Uni, who had already wrapped up top spot. But watching your live stream game, the team was in it for about 3 quarters. And then I guess the last quarter is when they pulled away. But what was your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, well, we were definitely really proud of our efforts in the game, and we knew it was going to be a tough game. We knew what they were going to do, and we managed to stick with it for the most part of it, which probably couldn't capitalise as best as we probably should have. But we know what we're going to do coming into finals now, and they're a really good opposition. So I've got to give them the credit and respect that they deserve. But we'll hopefully get them in finals.
Now, of course, I want to have a chat with you about your game. I thought you had a fantastic game on the weekend. And especially, I love I think there was a particular play in the last quarter, early in the last quarter, to get the team back into it. Unfortunately, it didn't go for a goal. But tell us a bit about how you thought you played yourself.
Yeah, obviously, I knew it was a big game, and I was really hoping that I would be able to perform well for the team and just make sure that we tried to stay as competitive as we could throughout the game. And it really showed, especially in the last quarter, even if we were down by a little bit. There was a few passages of play that we got it forward, and I was involved in that. I was really happy with that. We didn't give up till the end, which is obviously pretty tough when you know you're probably down, but I was really proud of the girls and was pretty happy with my performance as well. So I've been working on a few things and was happy to see them come off in the game, and hopefully it just builds from there. Now,
this week, you played the team that you actually versed about a couple of weeks ago against Yeronga. Of course, this time at their venue at Leyshon Park in the elimination final. I guess how you're going to approach that game, and what did you learn from when you last played them only just a short time ago?
Yeah, so it was only a few weeks ago that we did verse them, so it's still fresh in our mind, which is a good thing. We know how they're going to play, and we also just know how we need to play, because it was a good game, but we know we didn't play the way we wanted to play. We kind of were second to the footy, and they really attacked well. So we know that we need to do that this time and make sure we get on the board early. Definitely something we're going to take into this game, but just it is finals footy. We know there's going to be a lot of pressure, and whoever's going to be able to withhold the pressure the longest is going to come out on top. So finals footy is a whole nother game.
Now, funny enough, this is actually a very similar position where this team was last year. Have to go the hard way to get to the grand final. Is last year going to give you any confidence at all in regards to, you've done this before, you can do it again this year?
Definitely. We've been looking at a few of the clips from last year. We were actually versus Yeronga pretty much in this exact same scenario. So we versed them in the finals, and whoever won was going through to the next round. So we watched a few of the quarters. We were actually down last year at halftime by a few goals, and managed to just really pull it together in the second half and stretch away. So we know we can do it. It's just a matter of getting out there and doing it on Saturday, I guess, and just performing the way we know we can and as a team.
Now, it's funny enough, because if you do win that game, you first Bond Uni again down at Brisbane. So has the last 2 games, or 3 games, 2 of those 3 games that you played, is going to be the teams that you're going to end up versing to get to the grand final. Is that going to be any confidence, or even though, you haven't, I've seen that the team hasn't really given too much away to your opponents, considering obviously both of them were L's, but, I'm assuming that you've got something up your sleeves.
Definitely. We know how they play, they know how we play, but we also know that we can switch it up when we need to. But it's good prep, I guess, versing the teams you're going to verse in finals a few weeks before. So we know what we need to do. We know the players, and it's been really good for us to also learn from losing. It's the only way you'll get better, is to learn from your mistakes and things like that. So it is going to be a tough run to the grand final. We know that, and we're prepared for that. So fingers crossed it all goes our way. But yeah, we've got to put in the hard yards first.
Now, talking about, I guess, going to this game against Yeronga in particular, I guess, is there any injury worries after the Bond Uni game? Because I know watching the live stream, and I think the commentators mentioned this as well, that there was quite a few players put up a bit lame throughout the game, and I guess I think this was almost short on the bench too in that game.
Yeah, there was a few injuries with a few of the tackles. We knew they were a physical side, and they really brought that. And yeah, just a few of our players were injured. We've kept almost the same side together. We have lost a player or two due to injury. So hopefully if we get the win this weekend, they'll be back for the next few rounds. But yeah, it's unfortunate to lose people to injury at this point in the season. So really feeling for them, but just gives us some more to play for.
Now, of course, you got moved. I had a look at the team. I don't know you have yet, but of course, you got moved from your normal following, of course, I guess being a follower in the ruck contest to obviously into technically in the same spot in the midfield, in the centre. I guess, do you prefer that position, or do you prefer to be like the in and under person in the ruck contest?
I suppose with the positioning and the way that it gets put up online, it's all pretty similar. So luckily, I think we've got the same people in there. We haven't lost anyone from injury in the midfield. So we'll just rearrange ourselves to how we normally play, which is good. So hopefully I'll be playing a similar position, but could have some matchups that need to be set in stone from the start against Yeronga and Bond, just because we know they are strong sides with strong players, but we'll have to see how that plans out.
Time we had you on the show, obviously the announcement of the grand final wasn't properly announced in regards to AFL. Obviously now that's in Brisbane this year, which is exciting news, of course played at the Gabba. What did that announcement mean to you, but especially for footy, and especially women's footy in Queensland?
I think it's just a great opportunity for footy at a junior level, especially for the girls, because it is growing so fast. It's been a great year for Queensland footy, and I hope the numbers go through the roof, and especially having the grand final, like that's a once in a lifetime opportunity, because we're probably never going to get that again with the footy always being at the MCG. So it's going to be really good, and the Queensland's done really well, and I can expect like a festival of footy up here in the Sunshine State. So it'll be really awesome to see, and I hope for women's footy that means that we get a lot more youngsters coming through.
Now, I know the last couple of seasons in women's footy that obviously, especially in the QAFL W, obviously has mainly been dominated by all of the Brisbane teams, but obviously by looking at the ladder this year, it's slightly changed a bit, considering the Gold Coast teams and the Sunshine Coast teams finished 1 to 3. I guess how good is it to at least see the two, I guess, both sides of the coast doing so well this year? And I guess, is that good to see at least the Sunshine Coast and the Gold Coast doing so well?
It definitely is. It means that footy's expanding all along the coastline, and I know especially Maroochydore, they have been improving so much over the last few years. So I hope they have a good finals campaign as well, because they were in finals last year for the first time. So fingers crossed they can go one stage further this year, but hopefully we're at the big dance, obviously. But Maroochydore especially and Coolangatta have been some really good teams this year. So I'm wishing them well, but fingers crossed we'll get top spot.
Now, of course, also I spoke to Maroochydore yesterday, and obviously they're hoping to see you in the grand final, because I think that's when you see them next, which will be the grand final if you do verse them. Is playing Maroochydore more enjoyable to play against in regards to, I guess, the way they play footy?
Yeah, we always have a really good game with Maroochydore. Like, we both like to play a very open brand and attacking footy. So every time we verse them, we really both sides enjoy it, and our clubs are actually really close as well with the club presidents and everything like that. So yeah, if we get to meet them in the grand final, it would be amazing. It would be really great for both of our clubs, given the fact that we do get along really well. So fingers crossed that happens. That'll be a great turnout. But yeah, we'll see how we both go.
Absolutely. Well, let's hope that happens. That will be absolutely my dream grand final. That happens, obviously with Coorparoo being on top.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we'll finish off with these last two questions. Now, I guess for anyone that should get down to Leyshon Park on Saturday, I think your game is again. Of course, it is the live stream game as well, funny enough. I guess, how can they get down to Leyshon Park and show the support for the Mighty Kings?
Yeah, if anyone's around and in the area, we're 4:45 on Saturday afternoon. It'll be a great afternoon of footy. I think Yeronga's putting on a bit of a barbecue and food and everything else like that. So it'll be a great afternoon of footy, and I guarantee all the Kings will be down there. So it's going to be a bit of a loud day as well.
Last had you on the show, of course, I'm wondering if this is going to change at all. But firstly, is there any embarrassing moments since we last had you on the show on the field?
I don't think there's been any as bad as Talia's the last time, but there's been a few little things, but no, Talia still takes the cake for that open shot of goal, so she's going to love me for bringing that up again.
And of course, one thing I didn't ask you, this will be the very final one, which is there anyone that has the best nickname in the team?
Nickname? I mean, Whoosh is pretty good. I'm trying to think who else has got them. No, it's usually just based off names, but we've got a few funny ones in the group chat that I might have to bring up for next time. But yeah, there's probably, Whoosh is probably my favourite. It's probably the easiest as well.
Well, Jade, thank you so much for giving up your time to join us. Obviously, please send our best wishes to the team for us. Obviously, we'll be supporting the mighty Coorparoo Kings in the grand, well, not quite in the grand final just yet, but in the elimination.
Not yet, yeah.
I've got to call steps too early. Obviously, best of luck in the elimination final against Yeronga, and let's say you can progress it to the second semi-final against Bond Uni down on the Gold Coast next weekend.
Thank you so much. And yeah, if you can't get there, there is the live stream as well. We're going to be on the stream 4:45. So thank you so much.
No worries. And that's our ambassador, Jade Ellenger, there from the Coorparoo Women's Football Team. As she said, you can get down there to Yeronga, the home of Queensland footy, of course, there at Leyshon Park, 4:45 between Coorparoo and Yeronga. There's more on the Smash Sport Show right after this. Don't go away here on Lockdown Friday.